A lot of people, they don't know their worth. And a lot of people, they are scared to discover how much they're worth. Okay, so it's just me. You know, when I started my career, I mean, not when I started my career, but when I started my career professionally as a dancer for Jean-Michel Rotin in 96, I was getting paid 80 euros per show. And I was super happy in the beginning because, yeah, I was traveling around France, and then I started going to the West Indies, Martinique, Guadeloupe. I would stay there for a whole month, and we were having fun. We were young. We were making, actually, for us at that time, a ton of money, because we were doing, like, in the West Indies, we were doing, I don't know, one show every 2 or 3 days. And every time we were getting paid, like, yeah, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, and everything was paid. So we didn't have to pay for our own food, our own hotel, etc. So we were happy. But at a point, we start at a point, we were on our own for a moment. For some reason, it just disappeared on us for a few weeks. And you know me, when there's adversity, I tend to find ways to do something. And when he came back, we had our own show. And so he left us, I don't know, we were abandoned in Guadeloupe for, I don't know, like 3 weeks, a month, I don't remember. And when he came back, we had our own tour. So of course, when he came back, he was like, what you guys are doing are great, da 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 da. Let's incorporate this to my show. And the first thing I told him was like, hey bro, listen, on my own now I'm making, so back then it was in francs, right? I think we were paid 4,000 francs per show. That's 800 euros. And so I'm gonna say everything in euros. The first thing I told him was like, bro, I make 200 per show on my own. So if you want me to put my show in your show, you cannot pay me 80 anymore. You have to pay me 200. And he replied to me, yes, okay. Oh, what? So now time goes by. I do my first album. I meet my manager, Guylaine, and she tells me, hey, we're gonna do the first show. I'm gonna sell your show for 5,000. So 5,000, that was like 1,000 euros, more or less. Yeah, we're gonna sell your show for 5,000. And I'm like, 5,000? Oh my God, nobody's gonna pay this price. Are you crazy? Da, da, da. And she was like, what? Hey, let me do my job. And so I see her calling the people, hey, listen, I have this artist, it's Kaysha. This is the next superstar. If you want him, that's 5,000, and hurry up, because in 2 months the price will be 10,000. So if you are the first to get him, you're gonna have a discount, but it's gonna be 10,000 soon. And me, I'm like, 10,000? She's crazy. And my song explodes. My CDs are selling. I do like 10 shows at 5,000 a piece. And so that was 1,000 euros at that time. And I do all these shows, and every time I do a show, I'm scared that it's gonna be empty. And every time it's full packed, and people are paying. And So for a long time, I think more than 10 years, I let my manager and I let the people who work with me handle the money while I was handling art. And as an artist, it freed me from the stress of money, but at the same time, it put me in the risk. It put me in a risk of, it put me in this risk of, if you trust everybody around you to take care of the money while you only take care of the art, you never know. First of all, if they're stealing your money. And lucky for me, that was not the case with Guylaine. But you never know either if they are doing the right choice in terms of money. But then you start, not because you don't put your hands in it, you don't understand what is your value in the market. And when you don't understand your value in the market because you're scared, because you don't want to know, because you want other people to do it, you kind of stay in a comfort zone. And I remember in 2007, I was having a breakfast with Guylaine. Let me see if I found it. Wait. I was having Kaysha breakfast of champions. I remember, was it in Curacao? I think it was in Mozambique.
Dur de résister à toute cette bonne bouffe. Moi maintenant j'ai vu
So
les
that's
saucisses qui
Guylaine
parlent
here.
Fuck the diet.
And we are in Pemba, Mozambique.
Voilà, damn it.
And I think in this
Quand tu
video,
pars au chocolat inferno, tu me dis.
we are talking, so we are watching food as always. So we love to do this all the. Yeah, wait, it's here. So that's 2007.
Plus heureux que nous ne le sommes déjà.
Grave. Je le vois bien gambader là.
Ouais.
Pour les séries et compagnie. Alors qu'on peut les développer en interne.
C'est complémentaire.
En utilisant ces schémas et en les illustrant.
C'est complémentaire, c'est-à-dire après on peut livrer, on peut livrer, comme ça le pourcentage est différent, mais la synergie est la même dans la recherche des gens qui peuvent distribuer. C'est très bien aussi d'avoir quelqu'un sur place qui connaît déjà les bonnes personnes, qui a déjà des deals et qui, tu vois, qui parle couramment anglais, qui sait déjà avec qui faire et quoi.
On s'accumule pas.
Voilà.
Maybe before.
Eh bien, il ne me manque que mon fils, ton mari et ta fille.
Yeah.
Et nous serions a week in paradise.
Plus heureux que nous ne le sommes déjà.
Grave. Je le vois bien gambader là.
C'est-à-dire après on peut livrer.
So maybe I'm not sure where in this video I said it, or was it in this video, because that's a video from 2007. But I mean, the conversation I was having with her back in 2007 was, listen, we are doing 2 shows all around the world every week, 2 to 3 shows all around the world. We are making a ton of money. CDs are selling, my label is going well, but where I am now is not the goal. Where I am now is one step towards the next place. And so those were our conversation. Every breakfast we had those conversations. We were talking about, hey, we should try to do a series. We should try to do this. We should try to use the brand power that I have to push other artists to go television, and that was before the Netflix. Before these, I had like a lot of ideas that were not possible to do at that time that are possible today. But even then, I was still letting everybody else take care of my worth. And I remember 5, 6 years. So the thing about your worth is that your worth is not just defined by you. You have to be careful about what you think you are worth and what the market thinks you are worth. You can believe that, a lot of people ask me, hey, I love the things you say on your YouTube channel, but I would love to have like a Skype one-on-one conversation for 1 hour. How much does it cost? And because I never did, I've never been a consultant, and I had a proposal a few times, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm used to sell shows, and usually when I give advice to people, then it's inside of Club Shada. So I just came up with a price. I don't even know if this price is up to the market, but I just decided, okay, let's see how much would I sell an hour of my time. Some people sell this hour 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 because they are millionaires and the advice they're gonna give you are priceless or whatever. Me, I said to myself, hey, you know what? I would sell that for around 250 euros, 300 euros maybe, or dollars, I don't know. But I need to talk to consultants to see if I'm abusing or not. But I believe that because I can make that money on my own and I don't need to talk to nobody for an hour, that's how much I'm gonna price an hour to talk with me and ask me for advice one-on-one. But it took me a long time to be able to assume the price, because a lot of artists, they are struggling with money. They're struggling with the idea that they are asking money to people. And that's why they hide behind their managers to sell their shows. They hide behind people for all these things. And with time, I decided, okay, when I do this, this is the price. When I do that, this is the price. I have a good friend who's a DJ, and somebody asked him to create a mix for him. And they asked him, can you do a few hours of mix for me? And they didn't ask for money. They just said, okay, I'll do it for you. And but in their head, they were thinking, hey, I know he's gonna give me something. And then, so they work for 2 days. You work for 2 days to create a mix for your client, something that is great. And then the person sent him an amount of money that was so small that it was almost an insult because of the work he put and the amount he received. He felt like, damn. But my question to him was like, but how much did you ask? And he was like, no, I didn't ask nothing. I said, oh, so it's your fault. Yeah, but I thought that, no. In business, you don't think that. You don't like, I was in a conversation not so long ago with a businessman in Congo who's into I think it was copper, and I was another businessman that I know, a friend of mine who had some Indian clients that were looking for copper. And so I was talking to my friend, and he was like, hey, I know that in Congo you have a lot of copper and all these things. I would love to, if you have any contacts, let me know. And I was like, oh, I just talked to a guy who's actually in that field. Oh yeah, can you put us in touch? I was like, yeah, but it's gonna be X%. If there's a deal, between you guys, I want a percentage of any money that's going to be made because I put you in touch. And I don't know if there's going to be, I don't know, 10,000 cents in one way, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million. Yeah, I want 5% of that. Why? Because without me, this is not happening. So I said, yeah, listen, I can do consulting work for you. I'll find a guy, I'll talk to the guy, and we'll do a contract between us three so that if there's something that happens between you guys, I get my cut. Why not? And this is confidence in the worth of you. A lot of people don't have this confidence. So they're scared to ask money and they end up having people exploit you. Because you have to understand something about human beings. Human beings, if you say that something is for free or if you don't say that something has a cost, they will always assume that it's for free. And they will always end up exploiting you. Me, I like to work in exchanges, but I like to talk to people. This is how I work. Before we start working, not after we start working. Before we start working, I explain to you, this is how I work. This is what I do. This is what I'm going to do to you. And sometimes it doesn't have to be money. You do a beat for me, I will promote your name. You do a beat for me, whenever you need me to sing somewhere, I will not say no. Stuff like that. It's a question of making sure that the relationship you have with people is clear. If it's clear, there's no surprises. If there's no surprises, there's no frustration. If there's no frustration, there's no problem. Unless you're dealing with psychos, but that's another problem. I remember that one day, a friend of mine who's a promoter asked me to perform at the Olympic Games in Brazzaville. Just sing one song. And they were like, oh, you're going to fly first class. You're going to be paid, I don't remember how much. But yeah, something normal, like 3,000, 4,000, I don't remember. And yeah, you're going to be in a great hotel and and it's going to be this, that, everybody's going to be there. Okay, cool. So, to me, even if it was for free, I would have done it because it was transmitted, us performing was about to be transmitted to, I think, 30 to 40 million people. So to me, it was a great promo. But then when I arrived there, the way we got treated was great. It was my friend, but we were treated great, but we were treated like small artists. And some people, like some models, got paid 30,000 euros or dollars, I don't remember, just to be there. And us who came to perform, we were paid 10% of that. And we were all driving around in a bus where that model and other people who were just celebrities, they had private cars. And it's not a question of jealousy. It's a question of, wait a minute, you guys are fucking up with my worth. And that's exactly what I said to my friend. I said, yo, bro, listen, I don't know how much, and I think my friend told me, he was happy to tell me that, oh, I negotiated for all you guys to fly first class, to do this, to do that, to be in this hotel, blah, 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 blah. And I negotiated the whole envelope for the show for 200,000 euros. And in this, My share was great. I took a great share. I'm gonna buy a house, whatever. I don't know. Maybe he sold us for 200,000 for everything. He took 100 for him, and he pay us with the rest. Cool, good business. But then I realized the total budget for the whole event was $20 million. And then I look at him and I was like, bro, you don't know your worth. You don't know. You're happy because you made 200,000 and they paid you 200,000 and you paid us 5,000 each. But the total price of the event is 20 million. And the budget just for the show part is around 10. No, I think the whole event was $80 million. And just the part of where we were performing, the total budget was 10 million. And I tell my guy, I said, bro, like, how are you happy that you made 200,000 when the total budget of this whole thing is 10 million? You should have taken $1 million or $2 million for us, pay each of us 100,000 and keep 500,000 for you. And then I would be well done, bro. And this is my problem with a lot of people. Not only they don't know their worth, but they are scared to calculate their worth. They are scared to ask themselves, how much am I worth? How much do I sell this? How much do I sell that? How much do I sell this? How much do I sell that? And listen, it can just be somebody calls you all the time to do their braids, whatever. Yeah, how much you sell that? You have to ask yourself, because if it's your sister, you don't care. But then if she has a friend and another friend and everybody loves the thing, it becomes a work. You're going to spend like a whole day braiding 2 or 3 women. Yeah, your sister's not going to pay, but her friends, yeah, you have $10 for me and my hands. And a lot of people, they're scared to ask. And I remember I used to be scared to ask. I used to be scared to ask myself, yeah, how much do I sell this? But very early in my career, people heard the beats and they asked me, hey, who did that beat? And I was like, oh, I did it. Who did Deeper by Nelson Freitas? Me. Who did Rebound Chick by Nelson Freitas? Me. Who did Close Your Eyes by George? Me. Who did your song Telephone, the beat? Me. Who did Sumia's album, all the songs? Me. Who did Les DS? Who wrote the songs and produced the songs? Me. So people ask me, yeah, but so how much you sell a beat? And I start coming up with prices, and I was trying to understand the market to try to say, okay, if everybody asking me for a beat, it means that the demand is higher than the offer. So I can raise my price, but I have to stay realist because of the market where I am. But I still have to, sell my beats higher than everybody else, because there's a lot of people who want my beats. So I found a price that was okay for everybody. I think it was, I don't know, 1,000 or 1,005 or 2,000 per beat. But I made hundreds of them, and I would make a beat in 20 minutes and sell it for 1,000. And that was not even my main business, but hey, okay, cool. And the problem of a lot of people is that all these questions, they don't want to ask themselves that. And then you end up being in situations where, you are frustrated because people are going to use what you give them, and then they're going to make money with it. And when they make 10,000 euros with what you gave them, then you are pissed. You know, when we came back from this African Olympic Games, the performance, everybody was happy. And I was the only guy frustrated. And my friends start telling me, yeah, well, bro, why you Why are you pissed? Listen, it was great. We saw the president. We did this. We did that. I was like, no, guys, that's bullshit. We cannot be here being part of great things and everybody is getting paid 10 times what we are getting paid and everybody here is happy. It feels like you guys are comfortable in the being mediocre. And so people were a little frustrated with my attitude, but then I talked to them again. And then after that, I remember it was 5 years ago, I don't know. I decided to raise my prices for my shows. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to focus on streaming and I'm going to start making enough money on my streams so that I'm not dependent on doing shows. So that after that, when people call me for a show, I can say a price that is enough for me to get out of my bed and not doing a show because I have to pay my rent. And that's where I am today. Today, when I sleep, I make money. I make money from YouTube streams. I make money from Spotify streams. I make money from t-shirt sales. And every day I make something. And at the end of the month, yeah, this pays my rent. Usually I can pay 2, 3, 4, 5 rents of 5 months of rent in 1 month. And I'll have a whole show about that, about what we call passive income, how you create streams of revenues that can pay you while you sleep. But the fact that I have passive income from music gives me the possibility now to, it gives me the possibility to make choices and to refuse stuff. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse in life as a musician, as a performer, whatever your job is. There's nothing worse than having to do something that you don't want to do because you don't have a choice, because you have to pay your rent. Because this is when people will exploit you. This is when people will say, hey, I know you sell your show for $1,005, but you know, you don't have a hit for a long time, and yeah, we have 600 for you. And you wanna insult the people, but because there's this COVID, there's no show, you have to stay there and accept the fuckery. You have to accept to be effed in the ass with sand and no Vaseline just because you don't have a choice and you know you have to pay your rent. So you have to accept prices that you never accepted in your life. Even in the beginning of your career, you never got paid for that money. And a lot of people are thinking that this game is pink, it's all rosy. It's not. A lot of people are here to exploit you. A lot of people are trying to get your service without paying you. This is something that I've seen a lot of times. And at a point, you have to be able to know your worth so that you can refuse some stuff. And you have to be able to create something to never be at the mercy of those type of people.